I made a video about how I want a man to D me down so good and love me so right that I wake up in the middle of the night wanting to make sourdough.
Whoa, 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 hey.
Or he's hitting it so good that all of a sudden I'm cooking and cleaning.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
And somebody stitched that mad as hell at me because they're like, you're giving side character. Like, if you want to do those things, just do it without a man. Baby, I don't want to do those things. But the point is that I am just a little girl in my brain, and I've always wanted a husband, and I've always wanted a bunch of kids, and I've always wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, and that makes people so effing mad. That makes people mad. Because I don't want to be an effing doctor, and because I want me a man, everyone's mad at me. Okay, I'm sorry that my dreams are down here and yours are up here.
So you see, guys, this woman is facing the problem that she wants to be a stay-at-home mom instead of partying every night out, and then she has a problem with a feminist, right? But then she has a problem with a man with self-respect because she's not giving the stay-at-home mother energy, you see? So fighting two fronts here, gentlemen. But we're gonna take a look at her, and I intended this video to be way more serious, but then I stumbled upon 5 or 6 TikToks that were absolutely hilarious. So I said, you know what, let's just make a clown video. Just gonna be laughs. Alright, but let's go back to this woman, guys, before you like and subscribe, before we continue to our articles. But let's cover this woman that is, you know, peeping through the TikTok screen. And you know what, guys, even though she's quite weird, even though she's probably has a high body count, even though she's not the most traditional one, you know, even though her TikTok will make me feel embarrassed, I will still take this woman any day of the week, other than the party goals, you know, because they both have high body counts, but at least this woman wants to be a stay-at-home mother instead of a career boss babe, you know. So hey, we take what we can get, you know, guys. And if she wants to be deep down, a mommy's got to do what a mommy's got to do, is all I'm saying. But let's finish this TikTok, guys.
Here, and you want to be a damn pilot. Like, trust me, I'm supporting y'all. When I see a woman firefighter, I go, yeah, baby, yeah. It makes me feel like I could do it. But I'm not going to do that, okay? And there's nothing wrong with that. I don't have to do those things to be valuable, okay? I can suck... Sorry.
I mean, you know, a mommy's got to do what a mommy's got to do, guys. She wants to suck the wiener. You know, assistance is all we can do. But now, let's move on to this other one. The power of manifesting, guys.
What do you mean I have 300 followers? I have 1 million followers. I'm traveling the world. I'm working remotely. I'm working with amazing brands. I bought an apartment. I'm living my best life. So I don't know which world you're living in, but this is where I am. The power of manifestation. This is already here. It's already happening.
Oh, I have 1 million followers. This video has 25 likes. This woman, we've covered her on the channel. She's the one that keeps yapping about how happy she is, the one that needs to remind you every 3 seconds that she's happy. And apparently, guys, she has 1 million subscribers, which, you know, this video has 25 likes again. But guys, take your look and look down below, because this video you're currently watching has a 2 million views, guys, you know. I know you're gonna say it doesn't, my channel sucks, but no, guys, I'm manifesting. See, you don't get it. The way I'm going to become more famous than PewDiePie is by manifesting my 1 million beliefs, in the same way that this woman is manifesting her happiness, which, see, is why she repeats it on a daily basis like 16 times in a row. Now, that makes her look a bit more pathetic than happy, but, well, what do I know about manifesting? But now, guys, let's move on to this forehead, to this woman, and let's see what she has to say about the patriarchy.
I aim to be the first true matriarch in my recent maternal lineage. I am resurrecting matriarchy in my lineage. And as such, it is so difficult for me to live in this society because everywhere I look, it's patriarchy. Patriarchy, patriarchy, patriarchy. Patriarchy is everywhere. The fact that we have to earn our existence.
Earn her existence, guys. Now, I can tell you, this woman, probably the only thing she does that is not assisted or done by a man is wiping her own behind. Outside of that, everything in this woman's life is done by a man, okay? Even she herself. was done by men, but the patriarchy, guys, you know, we have to earn our existence. Yeah, sure.
The fact that we do not trust each other, the fact that we're forcing women into motherhood, the fact that we live in such a messed up political system, it can all be traced back to patriarchy. Like, literally.
It's the patriarchy, guys. You know, my thoughts are, did your mother get forced into motherhood to breed this thing? And look, if you're so much against patriarchy, why don't you, as a sign of protest, take yourself out of the equation? You know, I think that will send a message. So your mother was probably forced into labor by some patriarchal pig. Look, do a protest. Take yourself out, you know? But anyway.
Will be traced back to patriarchy. Like, literally everything can be traced back to patriarchy. Because it's so not normal. Nothing about this is natural for human beings. Human beings were always supposed to live in matriarchal communities.
Oh, hell no.
Of love and consensus and egalitarianism.
Yeah, guys, just take a look at lesbian... Even say it with a straight face. Just take a look at lesbian relationships. They were all about love and consensus and egalitarianism, or whatever she said there. Let's hear it back.
Consensus and egalitarianism.
Egalitarianism, yeah. It's female communities, guys, all about that.
We did it once, and we're gonna do it again.
Please don't. But anyway, gentlemen, we've had the laughs, or maybe you didn't, but I did, with these morons. And, you know, guys, life is all about balance. When there's good, there must be bad, right? The light side and the dark side. You can't just simply laugh all the time and everything to be good all the time. All this to say, guys, we're moving on to Granny Gertrude, okay? The bitter part of the video has come. I left it for last because a few people are gonna quit the video, and it's alright. Not everybody can withstand Granny Gertrude, but I just love seeing her take her glasses in dismay, guys. I love it. So, let's cover her, and if you want, skip to the part of the articles because they're quite good. But let's see what she has to say.
So you don't need a man, but when you need something done, you call a man. You know, comments like this, I see them a lot on videos where I am talking about how women are opting out of relationships, opting out of marriage. You know, women in this particular video, it's another man talking about fixing something, and you know, women are not staying in relationships just so that they can have service workers. And it just baffles my mind how many men, not all men, but so many men, it's either one of two things: don't have the critical thinking skills to differentiate between service work, doing a job, and relationship, a romantic relationship with a woman. Or they see a romantic relationship with a woman as the very same thing as doing a job, as performing a service, as performing a transaction. I think really it's more of that. I'd like to think that men have more critical thinking skills where they can differentiate between women saying, we're done with men, and understand that they're saying, we're done with fucking men. We're done with dating men. We're done with having babies for men. We're done with marrying men. We don't want to be romantically involved with you. We don't give a fuck if you're going to come and fix our toilet, because we need our toilet fixed. We're paying someone to do it. Who cares? And guess what? Men deserve to earn a living too. We're not gonna take that away from them. But I think men actually see a romantic relationship as a job. They see it as a transaction. They see it as a series of tasks that they do to get through, to complete the job, to get paid, to get that checklist, and that's it. Which is exactly why women are opting out. And we're not even mad about it. We're not mad about opting out. We're actually relieved. We're relieved that we never ever have to be in a romantic relationship again where we don't feel loved and cherished. We're very happy. We're choosing to be single instead of having to feel like we have to perform transactions.
No, wait a minute. It wasn't men that had to perform. I got a bit lost in the source, gentlemen. Wasn't it men that viewed relationships as transactions, but now she says that they are tired of having to perform transactions? I don't know. Someone needs to figure Granny Gertrude out. But I'll say this thing, though, because she mentions, oh, we don't feel loved and cherished. You know what, guys? From my experience, I'm just tired to my ass of having to make these women feel loved and cherished. Because you will think, right? You will think that loving these women will be enough to make them feel loved, but it doesn't, okay? You will think that paying them attention daily and buying them gifts and, you know, acts of kindness, you will think that be willing to give your life for them will make them feel loved and cherished, but it doesn't, okay? It simply doesn't. That's how modern women are. At least in my life, right? At least in my 4,000 years of living, that's what I've seen. Maybe it wasn't like that before, but that's what I've witnessed. I've witnessed many good men that are literally ready to die for their girlfriends, yet their girlfriends, I didn't feel loved. I didn't feel cherished. The spark is gone. It's just so annoying, man. If you... Look, maybe it's the gender differences that I'm not able to understand the way the female brain works. I just simply don't give a fuck anymore. And women don't understand themselves either, right? If some woman wants to say, "Oh, Hidan, you just need to understand us better," no, because women don't understand themselves either. You know, I'm just tired of seeing women, and I've seen this many times. They're part of a relationship. They'll be literally saying to you how happy they are. How they feel like a little child. They're so happy in the relationship, and then 2 weeks after, they're out of the relationship sucking some other wiener, you know? It's like, make it make sense. You're so inconsistent. Nobody can figure you out. Nobody knows what the fuck do you want to feel loved and cherished. Just go fuck yourselves, you know? Men are pretty clear with what they want. Be loyal. Don't cheat on me. Have S3X at least twice a week. You know, I don't want to be part of a relationship that is dead in the bedroom. Men are pretty clear with tangible things that they want out of a relationship. You women are the ones who are constantly whining, guys. It's like dealing with a little toddler, you know? It's like you're a divorced dad, 45 years of age, and you see your kid, you know, once every 2 weeks for the weekend, and you take your kid to this place and that other place, and you buy him ice cream, and you buy this, and you do that, and you're busting your ass trying to impress that child of yours, and he just keeps whining all the time, never happy. Guys, women are like dealing with a pre-adolescent emo brat. That's what women are, you know? And honestly, we're tired of it. And if you ask us men to have to bet 50% of our crap and potential children and our sanity and time on the emotional stability of a pre-adolescent emo little child, we won't. At least I won't, you know? You do you. But I'm tired of having to feel like a clown to make these women happy. So there's that. But you tell me what your experience is. Now let's finish this TikTok.
Men are the ones who are angry. Men are the ones who have to point out, oh, but you need me. They need to feel picked. They need to feel chosen no matter what. It's okay. We're still gonna pick you when we need our oil changed. We're still gonna pick you if we need some drywall done. You're gonna get paid. We're gonna cut you a check, and you're going to be able to put food in your belly and drink in your gullet. It's all good. Don't worry. You're still going to get picked.
Okay, well, I can rest assured. You know, I can sleep better at night, knowing that me and Granny Gertrude have built a bridge towards one another, you know? Yesterday, we were further off Granny Gertrude than we are today. We've established a connection with her. Because even though she hates our guts, because she doesn't feel loved or cherished or whatever bullshit, at least she's willing to cut us off a paycheck. You know? So there's that, guys. Small baby steps. Maybe someday we'll even be friends with Granny Gertrude. How about that? But now, let's move on to our article stories, guys. They're quite good today. Why do guys disappear when things seem to be going well? And there's a distressed emoji here. Okay, I realize online dating is chaos, but here's what really blows my mind. We're having a great conversation. He texts first, seems interested, and then bam, he disappears. No argument, no hint of trouble, just sudden silence. So, guys, why do you do this? Is it loss of interest? Fear of something serious? Or is it just a million other chat rooms and laziness to figure it out? And most importantly, is there any way to predict this in advance? Yes, there is a way. And it's quite easy, actually. Is this guy Chad? If yes, he's probably going to do it. If no, he's probably the average man. Okay? Who won't do it, because the average man won't play these games and do this. Is he that guy that brings the butterflies? Is he that guy that's too good to be real? Is that guy you will never imagine in your wildest fantasies that you will be together with? Is he that guy that brings the spark? The guy that you know, outperforms any other man you've seen in your life? If he is that guy, yes, he's going to do all those things. He's going to have his way with you and leave you. Okay, that's how you know. But anyway, talking about loss of interest, fear of something serious, other options. Here's the women experience the same thing. The difference is we experience it with the average woman, not with that one woman who is way above our league. This is the average woman. You know, you give her everything, and she still dumps your ass, right? So say you're a part of a relationship, and you're having great communication, as this person says here. You know, the texts are there, the acts of kindness are there. The other person seems interested. The other person seems happy. You know, we're not talking about relationships where you fight each day. The relationship seems nice. She may even tell you, "Oh, I'm happy," and then bam, they disappear. They leave your ass. They divorce you. They cheat on you. That's women in a nutshell. Well, Hiran, how do you know? Have you dated all of them? I can see the statistic. Women are, you know, 70% of divorces are initiated by women. So they are the ones that are doing the leaving. You know, it's not men that are saying that the spark is gone and dipping out. It's women. You know, you may think that everything is fine. You may think that giving your life away to this other person is enough to keep them, but no, nothing is enough to keep, as it turns out, and as the statistics back that information up. But guys, talking about chads, let's go to this one. I feel like I got more women when I was immature and only wanted sex. Well, could it be? Could it be, gentlemen? I've slept with exactly 15 women in my life. 15 women who are undeserving of a caring man because they allowed their kitty to be used for recreational purposes. So, middle finger to those 15 women. And it probably would have been more if I had a car and a job during the first 13. The reason I was such a lowlife was because I only cared about getting drunk, smoking weed, and sleeping with women. Oh, so it's a perfect match, right? Because that's what women want. Again, guys, don't let them fool you. If you ask them, oh, I want a guy who's in touch with his emotions and loves animals and is smart and caring. No, you don't. Because the guys who are smart and caring and love animals, they're probably virgins at 30, okay? If they don't happen to be extremely physically appealing. It's the guys who smoke weed and get drunk and don't care about anything in their life that get to fuck 15 women, okay? So just don't lie to us. It's alright. You can decide to be a prostitute. I won't hold it against you if I'm not your father. If I was your father, you're probably getting the belt treatment, right? But since I'm not, you do you. You know, do all this fatherless behavior you can do. But then don't expect a man with self-respect, you know? And also stop lying. Anyway, let's continue, guys. I was able to do that, so I had no motivation for discipline. Yeah, because, again, sorry to pause so much, guys, but women will complain, oh, why are all men so immature? Because this is what you reward, you morons. You don't reward the guys who behave well and treat you well and buy you flowers. You don't reward them. You dump their ass. And then you wonder why this breed of gentlemen is starting to go extinct, excuse me. Well, because you don't reward them. You don't want them. You know, the guys you reward are the guys who view you as a piece of meat, and then you wonder why there are so many of them. Well, because that's what you incentivize, you fucking morons. But anyway, as I got older and began maturing, I became more spiritual, got myself together, got a car, a good job, and my own apartment. I did a lot of work myself, read a lot of self-help books, and I am now looking for a serious relationship. You know what, guys? Congratulations. You were a lowlife, I'm gonna say. You were a piece of crap, you were. But you actually did some healing. You got a job, you got your own apartment, congratulations. You know, work on yourself. That's what work on yourself looks like, okay? To all these women that are on healing journeys, guys, that's what work looks like, alright? Work doesn't look like you going to a therapist once a week and still doing the same mistakes that you've done in the past. So congratulations to this guy. Actually got his life together. This is what I want in men. Guys, I don't want you fucking 15 women. Everybody can do that if he is attractive enough. There's no merit in that. There's no growth in that. That's being a lowlife. This is what work looks like. You know, getting your apartment together, getting your life together, finding a hobby, finding something more interesting than just meaningless S3X with empty, devalued women and broken goods. I wish all men were like this. Let's continue, but now something just seems to be completely off. Like something in my brain is not clicking. I overthink everything now. I worry about being disrespectful. And because of that, I've been struggling to meet women I actually like. What is going on? Yeah, it's surprising, isn't it? You know, everything you've been taught all your life doesn't work out. You treat women nicely, you know, provide for them, have a car, have an apartment, have a good job. That's what women like. And then you get it and you get zero shits given, right? Meanwhile, back in the day when you were young and stupid and you just view them as an object that brings you pleasure, and they flock to it. You know, guys, just don't let them deceive you. Get an apartment for your own ass, get a job for yourself, stop thinking about what impresses women or not. You have to realize what does, but don't think about it. Don't do anything to impress them. Do you really want to be spending energy on impressing these low-life morons? They are morons. These women are idiots. They are imbeciles, guys. They literally want the guys who treat them bad. They chase them around. They chase them all around the place. These women, you know? So just cut these women off your life. And another one here. Hey, this happened to me, LOL. In college, I didn't care about anything but grades and partying, and I got more women. The moment I got my act together, that pool dried up for a bit. It's quality over quantity. And I believe the aura you give off to the world is what you attract. In my party days, I attracted a lot of party women, which is a lot of women in the early 20s. But when you're about business and how things going for you, you attract more put-together women, which, believe it or not, are a lot less than you think. Oh, really? So, which, believe it or not, are a lot less than you think, the women who have their act together. Oh, really? Is that true? Chad, is this true? I thought that there is these many thousands of women who have their thing together and are decent human individuals out there, but this guy over here is telling me that there aren't that very many. This was my experience, at least. Yeah, this is the experience of every man, okay? Anyway, gentlemen, this guy, as this guy says, when you're about business and have things going for you, you attract more put-together women. Where are they? Where are they, guys? I haven't seen none. I've seen like 2, 3, 4 that I can think of, and of course they are all married with like their 7th child on the way. I don't see women like these walking around, you know. I don't see them. I don't know where you live, but where I live, and I've lived in multiple places, so it's not the problem of where I live. I'm in fucking Europe. I've seen none for years now, guys. I don't see them. Are they invisible? Where are they? I just simply don't see them. These quote-unquote put-together women. And if I see some, you're gonna bet your ass that she's already taken. So, yeah, it's just, oh, Hidan, you're too cynical. I mean, hell, guys. You know, if maybe I knew that these women existed and maybe met them more often than once in a million women, maybe I will be a bit more optimistic, you know. But the fact of the matter is, and you can be more optimistic, but the fact of the matter is, women like these, who are decent, have their act put together, and will value the important things in life, like your soul, your morals, your values, your passion and love. Women like these, guys, you're not gonna find them. If you find one, which I wish you do, you're gonna take that woman away from 1,000 other men that are waiting for her, okay? You selfish pig. So, if there's 5,000 people watching this, you tell me the number, guys. How many of us will find a woman that is actually a decent human individual and not a piece of slimy garbage? How many? 5 out of 5,000? 4? 1? 27? You tell me the number, right? Depending on how optimistic you are. But the fact of the matter is, most won't. You're just gonna find these women that are garbage, that are fucking filth, that the only thing they value is you being a bad person. The less you care about life, the less you care about yourself, the bigger the prick you are, the bigger the low life you are, the more they'll want you and the more they'll chase you, right? So they're literally rewarding being a piece of trash man. And hey, if you want to do that to get between their pants, I don't even care no more. I don't see these women even as having a soul. You know, at this point, guys, they reward evil. They themselves are evil. Each of their values supports something negative for themselves, for the people around, for society, for everything. I mean, these women, you know, I don't have the slightest bit of respect towards them. They are even worse than street workers, you know, because street workers, at least, guys, there's like some money involved. There's like some business thing going on. These women are, you know, the ones that value all these bad things. They are street workers that don't even do it for the money. They just do it for the sport. They just do it for the sake of doing something degenerate, you know? So, soulless harpies, guys. Use them if you will. Have your way with them. Wouldn't advise that because you're going to get filth onto you, you know, by dealing with such harpies. But hey, you do you. You know, it's going to weigh down on your consciousness. But no. Thank you for watching, guys. This episode. Hope you had fun with the first TikToks and hope you managed to get through Granny Gertrude all the way to my long-ass rant. But if you enjoy what I say and what I talk, leave me your opinions below. I'll read them. And also like and subscribe if you want this content to reach more men. Now, Now, thank you for watching, gentlemen, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one.